Afternoon Express Mzansi. I'm Palesa Tembe, and we've got an exciting Friday edition for you. We meet Stacey Frew, a 12-year-old award-winning author who is making a difference with her Stacey Frew Foundation. Side-splitting comedian Lindy Johnson calls into the loft, and we kick it off with Tony X, a rising R&B star who dropped out of university to pursue his passion for music. Now, sometimes we follow in their footsteps, and sometimes you do a complete 180. So let us know on social media, how much influence did your parents have on your chosen career path? Ladies in the kitchen, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Pali. Happy Friday,
Happy Friday,
Jen.
right back at you.
Yes, stay with us, people, because today we are going to make, what are you making, Jen?
Well, darling, mine's going to be like sticking to your hips. It's chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, wow, nice. Guys, I am going to make beautiful jalapeno poppers. It's hot, it's beautiful, but let's go to Tony and see what he has to say.
Tony X, a rising South African R&B star, a child to pastors, and having grown up in a church within a musical family, he quickly pursued music as a hobby. Fast forward years later, and he's become a talented singer and songwriter.
If that is logic, then God simplicity. Out of all of the things I'd ask God to give, is you to come back to me. Go by Angelanga, baby. Duze kwame, duze kwame, duze Angelanga, baby. Duze kwame, duze kwame, duze Angelanga.
Welcome to the loft, Tony X.
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm so glad that we're finally getting introduced to you officially on Afternoon Express. Now, from wanting to become a biokinetics practitioner, growing up as a pastor's son, to taking music on as a hobby, how did you know that music was what you wanted to pursue full-time as a career?
Music has always been, part of my family. I grew up obviously in the church, so everything that we did was music related. I learned how to play instruments in the church, singing. Every Sunday we were singing as a family at the church. So from there, that's when I knew, okay, this is what we do as a family, so it just carried on through my youth.
Now, we can't talk about your story and leave out the fact that you dropped out of your studies at university without the knowledge of your parents, and you pursued music until your mom, of course, found out. Talk to me about what happened then.
Second year of my studies in the middle, I'm just like, man, I'm really not happy about where I am in life. The music was gradually growing on the side, but the sports side of things, because of the injuries that I had sustained, I wasn't recovering quick enough. And so that killed my passion for sport, And then at the time, the crew that I was in was really growing. We were moving. And so the music side of things started to grow. That's when I decided, you know what, it's fine. I'm just gonna, just go for it and do this music thing. And 6 months in, I was really trying to figure out how I'm going to tell my parents. Didn't tell them for a whole 6 months. My mom found out eventually, and then she called me back home. She was like, yo, I know what you did. I know what you did. So it's about time you come back home. Let's go back. She tried to take me back to UJ. And I told her, Mom, I really want to pursue this, And then now I'm studying media. She told me, okay, you got to do this with school, And then that's how I ended up in the media school as advertising major now.
Angege, shout out to your mom and, of course, parents that have to end up supporting their children, because at the end of the day, it's your passion and it's your life. But we have to do so honestly, South Africa. Let's not lie to our parents. And I'm loving the fact that you have now rectified it and you're now making your parents very proud. Now, lockdown has come with many cons and for some pros, but for you, I'm happy to say it was more of the latter. So where were you able to silence out the noise of the world and make a decision on what you wanted to do within the music industry? Please may you just tell me about how you were able to do exactly that and where you're hoping the music journey takes you.
So before that, a lot of things were kind of stagnant, and it was really hard to move forward, try to put things together. For some reason, I don't know what it was, But eventually when the lockdown happened, I was able to regroup, and really just try and figure out how to maneuver and figure things out musically. And even with the sound we're doing, I was able to gather that together and so forth. So that really helped me out to focus, and try and make things happen from a solo perspective, because at the time we're moving as a group, as Punchline, the entity that I was in. And so, it helped me to regroup and refocus. So that was sort of an advantage for me, and being also close to my family, that was really good, because I was quarantined with them.
Now, it's still Women's Month here on Afternoon Express, and we want to know from you, who is the most influential female in your life and why? And do you have a message to all the brothers out there?
Of course, my mother, even though the time when I was trying to not tell her about school, but she has been very supportive of my dreams, and it's been very difficult for her to kind of let me do this, because I was very academic in high school, and so now it's like all that is kind of going to waste, almost to say. But she's been very supportive, and even with everything happening around the country, I really feel that our men should do better. Our men should really do better, because our women are the ones that raise us. We're the way that we are. I'm the way that I am because of my mother, and everything she's done for me. And so, I dedicate this month definitely to her.
Now, I know Mom is watching, very proud right now. So tell me about your latest track, Duze, and why people should be so excited to listen to it.
Well, Duze is definitely a love letter. So it's dedicated to wanting to be close to the loved one, being distant, from everything, from your family, from your partner, from, my mother. I've been, in Joburg for some time. I'm from Rustenburg, but I've been in Joburg just trying to push this hustle, school, this, that, the third, trying to make everything happen. And so Duze is just a letter to say, even though I'm out there hustling and trying to make things happen for myself, at the end of the day, I would really love you to be close right here, but I gotta do it. But the love is still there, you know what I mean? And so that's just the message that I put together.
I like that. Uti kam duze sondela, essentially.
Yeah, but the hustle gotta continue.
The hustle gotta continue, and not only that, we have to keep socially distanced. Tony X, thank you so much for bringing Duze and, of course, yourself to Afternoon Express. Talk about an R&B sensation. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for having me. Bless up. Bless South Africa. I'm coming for y'all.
And on that note, South Africa, head over to our social media platforms. Use that hashtag Afternoon Express and let us know what you think about our R&B sensation, Tony X, and his song, Duze.
Tony is such an inspiration, Jen, and it just tells me that, when you follow your hobby, that's what I did, guys. My hobby was cooking, and look what I'm doing.
And he's followed his heart. And the one thing he's learned, you can't hide anything from your mother.
Bailey, did your parents influence you what you do in your career?
That is such a good question, ladies, because I believe they might not have influenced me into the career path that I'm in, but boy, did they cheerlead.
Really?
They supported me, they encouraged me. My mom is my stage mom. My dad is there brainstorming ideas. So I'm loving the fact that they're all in when it comes to the entertainment industry. But ladies, later on, I'm going to find out about you and your parents' influence. And on social media, please use that hashtag Afternoon Express for all of your comments. Now, ladies, our very next guest, Stacey Fru. She's a talented 12-year-old author, of course, whose talent was too immense to contain. So coming up, she shares more about her passion and the Stacey Fru Foundation.